Well, Run the Jewels time. Run the Jewels 3 to be exact. However, before we get started, I will admit forthright and I don't know words. I'm tired. I'm just tired. It's been a long weekend. I'm tired. So I won't be running any jewels. You know, maybe I could get a casual jog, a brisk walk, perhaps, but running will be out of the question. Now, I do have 2 attempts at solution here. I've got some caffeine in a blue cup. I should get a purple cup. I need a purple cup. That'll just go over better, I think. And I got a lot of volume I can crank into these bad boys here. So we're going to use the tools at hand to try and incite some excitement, some energy from this old, tired form. But I am honestly looking forward to Run the Jewels 3. I think Mike and LP, Killer Mike and LP both, they made an announcement early this year. There's another album coming. So the idea being, it's been a while since I did 1 and 2. Did both those on the same weekend. And, jump on to 3. If the new one comes out before I get to 4, that's fine. I'll do the new one. It's okay. It doesn't have to all be in exact order. I personally have kind of, when it relates to artists who are still dropping music actively, I'm not as concerned about doing all of the albums in order. The stuff with the artists who are complete, it's fun to do in order. And in general, it's fun to do in order. But if there's a new album coming, let's do the new album. You know? Why not? Kind of the best of both worlds type of thing. What was I going to say? There's something else. I don't really remember. I am excited. I've heard a lot of people say that this is their favorite one. I really enjoyed 1 and 2 a little bit more. And yeah, LP, hell of a producer. It's fun to listen to Killer Mike, to get all fucking amped up all the time and talk about, I don't give a shit what you're rapping, who produced you. And there's been some other lines too throughout some different songs, but yeah, I guess that's it. Let's just get into it. I am a little low energy. Hopefully that does not translate into low effort. I don't want to put it under low effort. My son and I are both kind of under the weather, I think. Easter weekend happened recently. A lot of people, a lot of family, lots of hugging and So there were a couple people who were sick, but maybe it's just allergies. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, let's drop in. Let's get to work. The album itself is 14 tracks at 51 minutes. Nice lean amount of time right there. I kind of like that. That's cool. The first one's called Down. It's featuring Joy, and that name seems familiar for some reason, though I just don't know who it is. And apparently, Genius doesn't know either. It's just a picture and a name. That's it. Produced by LP. Let's drop in. Track 1, Down. Run the Jewels 3. Here we go. Because I don't hear shit. Oh, there we go. Now we got some sound. Okay. All right. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Really curious to see where the production goes on this album. Because I felt like it was a step up from 1 to 2.
I hope with the highest of hopes that I never have to go back to the trap and my days are dealing with dope. So I only spit fire and dope. So later on you can go quote my lines to your people and folk. And they say, damn.
Damn.
That boy be spitting that pressure. And he be smoking that pressure. And he's smart as a professor. Yes, sir. 25 lighters on dresser. Pound of that pressure. Sitting right next to a book and a gun. Valor the bullet, you better use one. One time for the freedom of speech. 2 times for the right to hold heat. Just give to the fifth of the cops in the house. Close your mouth and pray to your Jesus.
Oh, yeah. Great. Great.
Stay holy and high. May never get rich, but I never bitch, cause I made it here by and by. My, y'all. I could have died, y'all. A couple times I took my eyes off the prize, y'all.
Cool.
A few people prayed for my demise, y'all. But like Cream, I had to rise, y'all.
Like Cream, I had to rise, y'all. I want to go back to this. This line right here was great. 1 time for the freedom of speeches, First Amendment. 2 time for the right to hold heaters, Second Amendment. Just skip to the 5th at the cops in your house, Fifth Amendment, right to remain silent. Or I don't know if it's the right to remain silent, but not self-incriminate, whatever you have, however it's worded. That's cool. I like that. All right, well, at least I'm not tired enough to miss some of the obvious lines, right? Let's keep rolling.
Oh my God, I could have died, y'all. A couple times I took
Even birds with broken wings want to
You're gonna
fly.
need a bigger boat, boys. You're in trouble. We don't talk a lot about it. We just pop it off a lot. I'm high, man. I'm a cosmonaut. Scream fuck 'em till they lop our bloody noggins off. I promise y'all.
Cool start. This is a cool start to the album here. The production's relatively chill, but it's nice and rich. A lot of layers, a lot of sound. Good hook. Okay, alright. I wonder if it's gonna, I'm gonna pause there. I don't know if it's gonna transition into track 2. I'll let that last couple seconds play out into the next one. There was a line that LP said, I don't understand. Or maybe listen to the man that barely dodged his own lobotomy. I know what a lobotomy is. Lobotomy forms as a punishment. Yeah. LP is so effective in his criticism that opponents feel the need to discredit and silence him, which links to the final line of the verse. Scream fuck 'em till they lop our bloody noggins off, I promise. Oh, okay. Okay. So there's not like an actual story related to this. It's just him saying that. Okay. Okay, that's fine. I just wondered, like, did he almost have like a terrible accident where he almost like, you know, crushed his own skull or some shit like that? You know? You never know. You're gonna need a bigger boat, boys. That's Jaws right there. That's a fucking classic line. Classic line from Jaws. You're in trouble. Gonna need a little hope on the double. I like it. Pop the tape in. We got shit we wrote for you. Come from feeling what a pure absence of hope can do. Only to leap through flaming rings and break the nose of crews. Still in their wings will be them darlings. Hope they've broken you. See the cold floor where I licked dirt when the dough dried and the pride died. Had a dumb max, had to shop right, gave me 2 meals and the lights on. I'm gonna do right, get a new crew, make a new life, never boo crew. That's a great little section right there. It basically sounds like him just kind of like hitting the bottom of his own life and like starting over, essentially getting his head right, all that kind of shit. Interesting. All right, well, let's roll on track 2 because this felt like a good primer for an album. You know, good opening track. And track 2 is called Talk to Me, produced by LP. I'm going to let this last little bit of sound play out and see if it folds into track 2. Cool little transition there. Nice drums.
Depths of the Batman, with a gun and a knife and a waistband, with the war with the devil and Shaitan. He wore a bad toupee and a spray tan. So high now, hoping that I land on a Thai stick moving through Thailand. On the radio, heard a plane hijack. Government did that like they cook crack. I'm moving the world of conspiracies. Obey no rules, I'm doing me. Smoke transport to the airport. Customs found a joint in my passport. Full cash and I gave him what he asked for.
But this is a fight against principalities and evildoers and unclean spirits.
I love this part right here. Where was it? Militant Myco Psycho. I love that. It's almost like a tongue twister, right? But Militant Myco Psycho. That was great. That was really fucking cool. All of this is, well, not all of it. So what the hell's going on in Thailand? What do you do in Thailand? Went to war with the devil and Shaitan. He wore a bad toupee and a spray tan, so high now, hoping that I land. Huh. On a Thai stick moving through Thailand. Government did that like they cook crack. I moved in a world of conspiracies based on me. Smoke kush. Transport to the airport. Customs found a joint in my passport. Oh, okay. Okay. Pulled gas and I gave him what he asked for. God damn it. It's a motherfucking miracle. So barely got through customs to get back to America. Oh, shit, man. That's funny. My job is to fight for survival in spite of these, all lives matter as white folk. I remember that being a thing. And it, like, that whole thing to me was dumb, in my opinion. The people getting upset about White Lives Matters, the people getting upset about Black Lives Matter, like, I don't know. Because on one hand, it felt like, yes, white lives, or all lives matter, was trying to almost in a way discredit the Black Lives Matter, but they're saying, no, it means all of our lives matter. Which, yeah, I get that. Yes, I agree. Yes, everybody's life matters. But in order for everybody's life to matter, you have to acknowledge that Black Lives Matter. And it was like they just didn't want to do that. It was like a weird way to circumvent, like, I'm supporting you while also ignoring you, you know? Anyway. God. I really, there's so much about the politics in this country that it's so fucking annoying and exhausting, and I can't stand it. It's so toxic too. This country's gotten so toxic with all of the different movements and political positions, and if one person does one thing, then they're associated with all of the things, and it's just fucking ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But all lives matter, yeah. But, well, I'm just going to stop there. I was going to go on this little rant about, like, shootings at schools and unborn babies and all this other shit. It's like, no. Well, I'm just going to put a little cork on that one. I'm not going to even fucking bother. Not even going to bother. This is spiritual warfare that you've been dealing with. This is not a fight that you've been dealing with flesh and blood, but this is a fight against principalities and evildoers and unclean spirits. And that's sampled from what? This interlude is a spoken variation, from the Bible. Oh, interesting. Mike explained in an interview with Pitchfork how working with the Bernie Sanders campaign gave him hope in the midst of spiritual warfare. It kept me afloat because it was a spiritual assault just to be a black guy this year, because you kept getting told your life ain't worth shit over and over and over again. And you know that's not true. Yeah. And that's one thing, when I started this channel, I was kind of under the cringe, naive idea, hope that, maybe this will help me understand what it's like to be black in this country. And all it's done is teach me to understand that I will never, ever understand what that's like. So now I kind of call it a cringe idea. But hopefully people understand my intentions were well. Anyway, let's move on to verse 2.
RTJ, 3 motherfuckers. Gray man didn't die face down in the Vietnam mud, so I cannot style on you.
That's a Big Lebowski reference.
You think baby Jesus killed Hitler just so I'd whisper? Tap your phone and I have a file on you. Talk real good cause the smart stuff. We a good crew to fuck with, better love.
I told you on RTJ 1. Then I told you again on RTJ 2. And you still ain't believe me.
That's the shit I like from Killer Mike right there. I mean, it just gets all fired up. Great sound right here.
Talk to me.
I think it's the beginning of Run the Jewels 2, where it's Killer Mike like coming into this jewel. Like, let's fucking go, LP. Like he's just all lit up about something or another. Oh shit, that's cool. Okay, all right. Well, we're 2 for 2. Good start here. Let's keep rolling. Track 3 is called Legend Has It, produced by LP. We'll just keep this ball fucking rolling, man.
Hear what I say. We are the business today. Fuck shit is finished today. RT and J, we the new PB and J. We drop the classic today. We did a tablet of acid today. Lit joints with the matches and ashes away. We dash away. Donna and Dixon, the pistol is blasting away.
Heavy bass right there. That's cool.
Hooking up curses and slurs, smoking my brain in a mush. I became famous for blaming you fucks, naming my way through the brush. There was no training or taming of me and my bra. Live like a man, but I'm animal raw.
We are the murderers pair. That with the jail and we murdered the murderers there. Then with the hell and discovered the devil delivered some hurt and despair. Used to have powder to push, now I smoke pounds of the kush. Holy, I'm burning the bush. Now I give a fuck about none of this shit. You run her over and out of this bitch.
Cool sound. It's a good mix of like distortion but crisp and clean, you know?
kiss the wood chipper blade if you bark. I'm fucking magic, in fact, I'm a warlock at talk. I got a unicorn horn for us.
Stop.
Yeah, I realized I wasn't pausing because I was just enjoying listening to this, which is a nice sign there. So Mike did some more of that like fun, almost tongue twister rhyming scheme here. In verse 3, we are the murderous pair that went to jail and we murdered the murderers there that went to hell and discovered the devil, delivered some hurt and despair. It's kind of cool the way he's running through that. I like it. I like the sound. Doctors of death curing our patients of breath. Well done. Yes, well done. We are the pain you can trust. Crooked at work, cooking up curses and slurs, smoking my brain into mush. You know, the last 3 weeks have been, well, not like the last 3, I guess. Scaring the Hose was pretty just kind of fucking wild and aggressive for the sake of being that. But No Thank You by Little Sims and For Your Eyes Only by J. Cole. Different experiences from this, you know, a little bit more emotion and deeper meaning in the lyrics and exploring things. And this is just kind of just good old fashioned hip hop fun right here. You know, I remember Run the Jewels 2. There was one track where he was talking about, you know, shooting a bunch of people, and it was right after the Uvalde school shooting had happened, and I wasn't really into it. So it'll be interesting to see where some of the words go in this album and how I feel about it. Every new record's my dick in a box. There's got to be a reference to that SNL skit, right? Yeah. Okay. Jesus, man. We got a doozy. The moolah's on lock. All right, let's finish this one up. This is fun. Good, clean sound, man.
Step into the spotlight. And the crowd goes. And the crowd goes. And the crowd goes. And the crowd goes.
I like that hit. He's like cleaned it out a little bit.
Say something funny, your bunny go boom. You got a bevy of shit you could groom. We like to thank you for choosing our crew.
And that's from the crew you can trust. Warranty plus for fucking shit up. We are the no-gooders, do-gooders, known to the dancers and dealers and doers of dust.
Wow, it just kind of ends right there too. Verse 10, we move among the ones you think are meek. You think I'm lying, you're right, see my teeth. It's kind of a double meaning right there, right? Like lion as in the animal, but lying as in, you know, the spoken act of deceiving someone. Good definition pull right there. Don't be a boar when I'm roaring vamoose. Hunting's no fun when your prey doesn't move. I like that. I'll put a gun to a bunny like choose. Say something funny or bunny go boom. What is this, like a reference to fucking? What is this? What is this about? They're talking about Con Air in the annotation. Okay, I was thinking of Looney Tunes, like you know, hunting rabbits. Who knows? You got a bevy of shit you could groove. Would like to thank you for choosing a crew. Bullying bastards and beating on beats. Sounds like a day at the beach. Preach. All right, well, we're 3 for 3. And you know, coming into this, I was thinking I don't expect a lot of necessarily like stories unfolding or deeper meanings or anything like that. Just good bangers. And so far, we got 3 good bangers. And I like how it warmed in. You know, like Down was a good, just like I was saying, primer. So far, 2 and 3 have been great follow-ups. So let's move on to track 4, which is called Call Ticketron? Ticketron? I guess it's called Ticketron? Yeah. I keep wanting to say Tinker, but there's no N in there. There's no N in, well, I guess at the very end. Anyway, okay. Track 4, Call Ticketron.
Live from the garden.
Cool. Cool. He's been doing this like, what is this, like a reverb type bass or some shit?
Run the jewels live in the garden. Licking off shots and we aim for the darkness. Make it get hot for a target. Kids cook s'mores off the crotch of our target. Kumbaya, bitch. Fuck her up, little troopers. Can't get past me, I'm stuck in the future.
Hold on. Kids cook s'mores off the crotch of our targets. Kumbaya, bitch. What? I know what a s'more is. Kumbaya is a gospel song strongly associated with goodwill and positive thinking. Combining it with bitch is an oxymoron, sure. What no mention of the crotch of our opponents, of our targets? Okay, whatever, whatever. I don't know what's going on with the crotch of their targets and why that is so, whatever. Okay, let's just roll.
Shit ain't all it's cracked up to be. The hovercraft cool, but the air's so putrid.
You can tell by the stench in the air. Blood's on the ground, opportunity is here. I'm looking into space like is anybody there? And if aliens are here, please tell me how near. Do you come in peace or should everybody fear? I await your reply with a blunt and a beer. I be a high guy with the belly and the beard. Go signal ET, AT aliens here.
Yeah, AT aliens.
Run the jewels live at the garden.
Live from the garden. Live from the garden. Live from the garden.
Run the jewels live at the garden. Run the jewels live from the
I love this, like, whoa, whoa, whoa type of bass.
Make that fuck shit straight like a perm or a process. It really money ain't the motherfucking object. We just like excitement, gunfight, indictment. High speed chase through Manhattan in the night wind. Ooh, it's the thrill of the kill. Watch it kill Bill on the peel as a grip steering wheel. Cops could have had that boy jammed, I feel. But like Eddie Kane, I made it
begging
uphill.
your pardon.
Who's Eddie Kane? This line references the 5 Heartbeats, a 91 musical drama written by so-and-so, so-and-so. Okay, I don't know who that is. Okay. There's so much. I smoke farm to face by the field full partner. Life's shit NATO. The smoke my umbrella. Travel by backflip. Eat from the river. The panther heart. Sip pure venom. Skipped away grinning. Huh. There's a lot of wordplay here that I don't. It's just just right over my head. Right over my head. A lot of wordplay that's going over my head. It's cool. It's fun, but I don't get it. What's the live from the garden? Yeah, Madison Square Garden. Sure. Yeah. Okay. That's probably just where. Yeah. It's okay. Just from the garden. Sure. Jesus, it's coming in fast. What's interesting right now is I feel like listening to them, it doesn't sound like they're in any way trying to go as fast as they can, or it's right on the edge of their speed ability or whatever. They sound just very comfortable, very in the pocket, doing their thing, but it's misleading because these words are coming a lot faster than I realize. Because for real, the money ain't the motherfucking object. But just like excitement, gunfights, indictments, high-speed chase through Manhattan in the night winds. Okay. All right, let's just keep rolling, I guess.
The jewels live at the garden.
Live from the garden. Live from the garden. Live from the garden.
Run the jewels live at the garden. Run the
This is
jewels
such a
live at the
great
garden.
sound right here.
From the garden. Live from the
Your party. Run the jewels live at the garden.
live from the garden. Live from the garden.
Funky little folded beat here.
Run the jewels live at the garden. Run the jewels
Live from the garden.
run the jewels.
Live from the garden. Live from the
Tickets are on sale now at the Garden Box Office, and all Ticketron locations are charged by phone.
4 for 4. What the fuck is this? I do push-ups nude on the edge of cliffs. It's the mensch, the myth. What's the mensch? In Yiddish, a mensch is a person of high integrity or honor. Okay. LP is essentially calling himself the best. Sure. He does dangerous and ridiculously amazing things like push-ups on the edge of cliffs. Mensch in German also means man, so it could be a clever way to say I'm the man. Okay, cool. Do push-ups nude on the edge of cliffs. Why you gotta be naked? Like what does that do? I mean, technically, wouldn't that make the push-up easier to do? Because you don't have the 4 ounces of your t-shirt and and your pants and stuff. Like, it's a little bit easier now, right? Maybe he just likes, he's doing push-ups. He's on the edge of the cliff. Yeah, you're working up a sweat, but there's this nice breeze going by. You're like, you know what? I'm going to let this breeze caress me while I do my push-ups on the edge of cliffs. And I know he's just fucking around, right? Like, obviously, you know, I don't get it. I'm just having fun, too. Huh. Okay. Track 5 is called Hey Kids. I don't know what this is. Buyame? Featuring Danny Brown. Cool. I like Danny Brown. This will be fun. Danny Brown with these two guys. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm going to need a fucking seatbelt if I'm going to listen to all three of these guys at the same time. This is fucking... Okay, I'll just hold on. I got armrests. I can just hold on. All right. Track 5. Hey Kids.
Hey kids.
Good bass. This album has had great bass so far.
To the masters on behalf of the classes masters. We showed up ski masters, pigs and asses, the murder asses. Lift up our glasses and watch your palaces burn to ashes. Fucking fascists. Who the fuck are you to get 50 lashes?
Fucking A.
Motivated, stimulated, never smoking, simulated, happy and burning hashes.
Nice change in rhythm right here, or flow. God, the production's great too.
Got big ideas, got plans to roll.
What is it? Boomaye?
Yeah.
There's a part of this beat that reminds me of another song. Was it All My Life? All My Life. There's a part of the production that just kind of reminds me of that. There's just a little, like, couple notes. This is a great opening verse. Say hello to the masters on behalf of the classless masses. We showed up ski masks, picks and axes to murder asses, lift our glasses and watch your palaces burn to ashes. Fucking fascists. Who the fuck are you to give 50 lashes? God, that whole shit is fire right there. Fucking fire. All because I'm motivated, stimulated, never smoking, simulated, happy and burning ashes. Killer, dealing with him like he's a squealer. Get him, hit him, got him, shot him, and flip the mattress. Woo! I'm the man, bitch. Got big ideas, got plans to rob any Rothschild, living Bill Gates, and the ghost of Jobs. Yeah, I said it. I meant it. I ain't flinching. Marshawn lynching it. Good shit. Jesus Christ. All right, let's keep rolling. The production's been really fucking cool. It has a distinct sound in this album. It's like, I want to say it's almost more electronic, but that's not really where I'm going with it. It's just there's a style to it.
I live half my life to give half my cash to these half man imps. They got half a heart to give half a fuck. They got half the guns.
Huh.
I got half an hour, burn half a pound, and I have to run. Killers of the earth get scared. You do not get one word. You do not live for the herd.
I'll pause right before Danny drops in here. Again, fucking LP was hauling ass for this verse. And I really do feel like there's a lot of just word plays, references, whatever. They're just flying right over my head. A lot of shit I'm not getting. I lived half my life to give half my cash to these half-man imps. It's got to just be the government in general. They got half a heart, they give half a fuck, they got half the guns. Probably just... Okay. Well, okay. Killers of the earth get scared. You do not get one word. You do not live for the herd. Even you living's absurd. Better off kicked to the curb, that is my word. This is the part that confused me. Back in the Berenstein timeline zip. No wins for the kid. Oh shit, I got curved. In the Berenstein riff, I'm a biff. What is this? That's the book, right? The kids' book, Berenstein Bears? Yeah. In 2012, a blogger named Reese set off a firestorm on the internet when he postulated that we are living in a parallel universe. To prove? Then when we spell the Berenstein Bears. Okay. Originally a lovable series of children's books about a family of bears, their mere existence has caused millions to rethink the nature of our... What? In short, we've crossed over from a universe in which it was spelled Berenstein to a universe in which it was spelled Berenstein. What? What am I fucking reading? But if that's the case, is that the only difference between the old time and the new? Many people say no. LP also makes reference to another timeline bending idea in the form of Biff from Back to the Future. Okay, I figured that. I just didn't understand how the fuck that reference Bearstein. What? Traveling through time. Okay, yeah. When the clock is lit, the whip swerves through time. Yeah. LP seems to be toying with both of these tropes early in his career. Possible. Jesus Christ, this is a long ass fucking annotation. Just because they changed the name of the book, how it's spelled. Like, is this real? There are people who like are rethinking reality because of how the word is spelled. I don't know. I'm not getting this. Like, there's a piece of information that has not made it in here into the noggin. The shiny part of my head has reflected it away. What the fuck is going on in this annotation? I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm saying I do not understand. I don't understand what the fuck is going on. Anyway, we're gonna take the context, the application here, and go, okay, back in the day, there was no wins for the kid, but now, in this timeline, I'm a biff so slick, so sick when the clock is lit, the whip swerves. Okay, so I can understand at least the function of the reference, even though I don't understand what's going on with the reference. Anyway, that was a long answer. I don't even know what the fuck's going on anymore. I'm wild. Now I'm in my own timeline. I'm off in where, what, huh? I feel like Grandpa Simpson right now, just wildly confused by the goddamn kids. Let's drop in the Danny Browns first. Oh my God.
Hey, check. Hey, kids.
Ah, oh, love that sound. Oh man, I'm really becoming a fan of Danny Brown. I enjoyed 30. I enjoyed Atrocity Expedition quite a bit. Scaring the Hose is great, but as I listen to him more and just, I guess, understand his style and what he's trying to do and how he's doing it, it's just he's just fucking fun to listen to, man. He is fun to listen to. Okay, well, that gets a heart too. I mean, so far this has just been a great, consistent album, you know? Some fucking funny wordplays, some confusing references, some great references, some kind of oddball references, great little almost like mnemonics in the sound of the flow and the rhythm and shit. Just cool, very cool. And you know what I like about it is that so far it seems like the core of Run the Jewels and what they're all about is great beats, great flow, great rhymes, you know? And I appreciate that just because it's, you know, listening to fucking The Roots or listening to De La Soul or some of these like either older albums or albums that are paying tribute to older hip hop. I like that the idea is going to stay true with these guys and just great beats, great rhyme, great flow. That's it, you know? All right, let's keep rolling. Track 6 is called Stay Gold, and produced by LP, and we'll drop in.
Say, Dad, Uncle L, stay gold.
Dad, Uncle L, stay gold.
Nice bass. Again, there's been some great fucking bass in this album.
Hey, I got a bad girl. Got a brain with an ass girl. She got a mean bop. I got to lean to the way I want.
I got a brain with an ass.
G-O-L-D, G-O-L-D is gold. G-O-L-D, G-O-L-D, that's it.
I got a good thing with a bad bitch, that's rare, bitch. She don't even like you, ho. She'll walk in the room, take air, bitch. Gold. G-O-L-D, G-O-L-D is gold. G-O-L-D, G-O-L-D, that's gold.
The production, the sound, I maybe this will make sense in terms of how I explain it. It's digital, obviously. but the sound quality of the production is so rich that it sounds analog, if that makes sense. So think of like a digital wave, sound wave, right? It would be like a step up, right? Because it's digital, whereas analog is nice and smooth. Clearly it's a digital sound, but it sounds so good. It's like I don't hear the digitized portions, if that makes sense. Basically, it just sounds great. It sounds amazing for being, I guess, a electronic component. Although, I mean, not that that's necessarily strange anymore, but it's just rich, very rich sound. I like it.
Good thing with a bad bitch, that's rare, bitch. She don't even like you, ho. She'll walk in the room, take air, bitch. We fuss, we fight, we fuck like freaks for the fabulous marriage. You ain't lived your life till you seen a bad bitch hit your wife like a savage. Not your average guys. We play cool but see through savage eyes. We're the crooks, we'll run a jukes and kidnap mom from Jazz's side. Yeah, Stockholm syndrome when she get home. I was like, I like those fucking guys. Hey, thanks for the ransom, handsome. Let mom know the guys love a pumpkin pie.
I got a bag, girl. I got a brain with an ass girl. She got a mean pop. I got to lean to the way I walk. And I get it like gold. G-O-L-D, G-O-L-D is gold.
I go. For every year my career was slow and seemed that it wouldn't go. And you should know, we pitch these rhymes like smokes, like laughing like Maddox 95. And now we shine, jet like Indigo T from Greenbrier in 99.
Can't be broke when you own gold rope. Pawn shops offer cash for those. Cash is fake though, go to cruise. Make my own gold, golden goose. Run down yellow brick roads, Lord's riches. Just be sure that I trust no wizards. Golden age is now gone, admit it. All this gold is not gold that glitter.
36-inch Cuban as I'm moving through Cuba with a half key of gold.
It's crazy how much it just keeps going.
Pay me in gold cause your money ain't really worth shit. Just a piece of paper, promote propaganda to keep you dead and on your feet. I see these dope boys had shit right all along, put gold on them and they bid.
You know what's cool so far is there are so many times where I'll be listening to an album, I'll listen to a song, and maybe it's a little slow, maybe it seems like it's kind of taking a long time, whatever, but I can sit with it and most of the time I can go, oh, okay. I enjoy the patience of this because we're just, we're sitting in this experience, this part of the song, this mood, this emotion that's been conjured, whatever, and so I like it when a song has the patience to just exist. You don't have to rush. Just exist, feel it, etc. What's fun is this is the flip side. We're not going to waste any fucking time. We're going to get in there. We're going to hit you some fucking beats. We're going to lay down some lines. And we're going to be relentless. This song was just relentless. With these two trading off like this. And this is something that they do. But man, it's like the combo, like the fucking 1, 2, 3, 4. They just keep coming at you with combos almost with these verses. Verse 6, 36-inch Cuban as I'm moving through Cuba with half a key of gold on my neck. Call me Gaddafi and pay me in gold because your money ain't really worth shit. Just a piece of paper to promote propaganda to keep you in debt and know your dick. I see these dope boys had shit right all along, putting gold all in them, bitch. Interesting. So it's kind of like a play against like fiat money, worthless currencies, where physical, the physical gold is going to be the only thing that actually has value. As somebody who pays attention to some of that shit, the gold market, that shit's being so manipulated right now, in my opinion. Like, it's just stayed 1950 forever. For fucking years. Gold has not moved. That, to me, is a huge indication of the price being controlled. All the shit that's happened in terms of inflation and interest rates, all this shit, and gold just stays flat. No. Mm-mm. Look at my gold. Going for the gold for a G get old and his heart grow cold. I go for every year my career was slow and it seemed that it wouldn't go. And you should know, we pitch these rhymes like Smoltz, like Levy, like Maddox in 95. Oh, those are fucking baseball pitchers. Okay, sure, that makes sense. And now we just shine like Eddie, golden teeth from Greenbrier in 99. Eddie Pline, who played an important role in bringing grills to gangster rap. Oh, no shit. Yeah. Well, there you go. Okay. Learned a little something there today. Well, that one gets a fucking heart too. I mean, so far it's a good ride. That's kind of what I expected. My expectations being met for sure. It's 6 tracks in. Track 7's called "Don't Get Captured." Let's jump in. Give her a listen.
Go.
Here I just got done talking about how it's relentless, and now there's almost like a small hesitation there. Because this is a slower sound. But it's a darker tone, which is cool.
Hello from the little shop of horrors. Ski mask like the Phantom of the Opera. Go cold like the land of Chicago. Child soldiers spray in a chopper. But you don't give a fuck, that's them no. Till a peasant put a pistol in your window. Hey, you ain't really need that chain. You ain't really need that rain. You ain't really need them things. Snow when the bluff showed up. Was the slum to the city blown up. Now the white folks showed up. Everything about sold up. Niggas ass shot. Niggas pulled up. Politicians so corrupt. Sold our black ass out.
Good day from the house to the haunted. Get a job, get a house, get a coffin. Don't stray from the path of me. Where you at that maximizes our profit. Is that blunt? Oh well, hell so's his boo. We live to hear you say please don't shoot. Draw the line, make my night. When a file reports what's right, what I write. Some films air all night till your last same thought take flight. What a great sight, what a job, what a good life. The more we act wrong, the more we are right. But who exactly gonna stop what we got? We don't argue. We are not calm and impartial. Some call it work, but it's more like an art. Just paint the walls with your heart, and we better not catch it.
Interesting. Don't get captured. You know, initially it just sounded like, okay, whatever. You know, another verse. Killer Mike drops in. You know, hello from a little shop of horrors, which is the movie. Ski mask like Phantom of the Opera. Go cold like the land of Chicago. Child soldiers spraying the chopper, but you don't give a fuck. That's them though. Till a peasant put a pistol in your window. You don't really need that chain, that ring, them things. Snow on the bluff showed up with the slums in the city blown up. Now the white folks showed up. Everything bought, sold up. So it's like a reference to gentrification, I suppose. People passed out, people pulled up. Pushing so corrupt. Sold our black ass out. Really ain't no color, my brother. Here in Cabbagetown, they put the white ass out. What's Cabbagetown? Killer Mike posted a picture of mural in Cabbagetown depicting an image reminiscent of Run the Jewels. Historically, the population of Cabbagetown was poor white factory workers from the North Georgia. Mike includes the poor white people who were priced out of Cabbagetown to clarify that gentrification is not merely a racial problem. Exactly. It thus connects to previous lines. Yes, exactly. So this is something I've talked about, I think, one time before, where I feel like there's a silver lining in all the shit that's happening in terms of, you know, inflation and stagnant wages and fucking record-breaking profits for corporations and CEOs making all this fucking money. Like this, there's such a massive, consistent push for the culture war and racism, and not to say it doesn't exist. Of course it does, but I feel like hopefully the silver lining will be everyone's gonna realize, everyone, the poor white people, the poor black people, the poor Hispanic people, the poor of this country are going to realize, oh shit, we're not each other's enemies. We're the ones all being crushed by them. And so don't get captured. I like this. Don't get captured. And then LP really kind of tears into it. Good day from the house of the haunted. Get a job, get a house, get a coffin. Right? Just work till you die. Be a fucking debt slave until you die. Don't stray from the path. Remain where you're at. That maximizes our profit. Exactly. Is that blunt? Oh, well. Hell, here's so this is boot. We live to hear you say, please don't shoot. Which is fantastic because it's something I struggle with in terms of protest, because I fully support everyone's right to protest. Everyone has the right to protest peacefully. Peaceful protest. I don't care what you're fucking protesting. If you're doing it peacefully, great. Awesome. Because that's how it should be. However, peaceful protest generally doesn't really accomplish anything. I mean, I hate to say it, but from what I've experienced in terms of just, you know, seeing shit online, peaceful protest usually doesn't really draw that much attention, doesn't really cause that much change, because the people who have control and the people who make the changes only care about capital. They only care about monetary value. And so it sucks, but it seems like things don't happen until shit starts getting destroyed, you know? And I don't want it to be that way. And you know what? I'm probably just wrong, honestly. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is my own confirmation bias kicking in. But think about the idea. What I try and do is I try and put my mind in the perspective of somebody who is evil and corrupt and greedy and just wants to control everything and own everything. And what would I want from a mass of population who could overthrow me if they unified and worked together? What do I want? I want them to go around protesting peacefully, going, oh, please don't shoot me. Please don't shoot me. Because what that does is it puts on display their mindset of, you're in control. Please don't shoot me. You're in control. When really that's not the case. The general population, the masses, those, all of us who are being crushed actually have all the power. But if we walk around saying, oh, please don't hurt us, then we are basically submitting the power back to them when that's not the case. That's just not the case. Oh, Jesus. It's one of those. We live to hear you say, please don't shoot. A pure delight. Come on, make my night. When I file reports, what's right, what I write. Stuff films air all night till your last sane thought takes flight. So we watch this terrible shit online. We go crazy because of it. What a great sight. What a job. What a good life. The more we act wrong, the more we are right. That's the only part I don't really understand. And who exactly going to stop what we got? We don't argue. We are not calm and impartial. Some call it work, but it's more like an art. We just paint the walls with your heart. We better not catch you. I get a little confused in the second half of that verse because it seems like perspectives are switching around a little bit, and it's hard to keep track of what's what. But let's keep going. This is a cool track. I'm liking this one.
Don't get captured.
Don't get captured.
Interesting production here on the back part of the song.
Don't get captured.
Don't get captured.
Yeah. Good track. Good track. Like that one. Well, we're about halfway through. Pretty much what I expected thus far. Hopefully I haven't been, I don't know. Sometimes I worry when I listen to an album that is, for the most part, straightforward. I don't have a lot to tear into because then, I'm just kind of sitting here listening to it, which, whatever. That's kind of my job, right? But I also, every now and then I get concerned of like, well, is it a boring video if I'm just kind of sitting here vibing with the music, enjoying it? Because I want to be able to do more. But all that to say, up to this point, yeah, this is kind of what I was expecting from Run the Jewels. More of what they do, because they do it really well. No bullshit, no filler, straight to the point, good beats, good rapping, good wordplay, good shit so far. Track 8 is called Thieves, Screamed the Ghost featuring Tunde. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. I'm not even going to try. I'll just ruin it. I'll just butcher it. Track 8, Thieves.
He just leaving, man, he's screaming Jesus. He had the highest hope. People yelling, screaming at police. Rise the night, burning, looting, shooting, taking, thieving. Fire and light, feel the air and most don't know the reason. But they know his problems and feel his pain. We just pray off in they deadly game. It'll never change. Too much profit in it stay the same. You can burn a system and start a game.
Late night, same night, God, let me sleep, please, I'm begging you.
Don't be afraid.
Daylight might never break right again once they get it
You'll never be alone again.
This house is haunted by pain, transposing the revenue.
This sound, the production sound is so different from what I guess I would expect with this kind of lyrical content. He's just leaving and he's screaming, Jesus, people yelling, screaming at the police, burning, looting, shaking, fill the air. Most people don't know the reason, but they know his problems and feel his pain. Let's click on this. Riots. I do like this part about how, hopefully you guys can't hear my dishwasher going nutso in the background right now. I think you can. It's draining. I apologize. Burning, looting, shooting, taking, thieving fills the air, and most don't know the reason, but they know his problems and feel his pain. And this is something I feel like the All Lives Matter group, right? They can fucking learn from if they ever decided to open their mind for half a second. Is because you love to hear that thing from them, right? They go, oh, It wasn't even them. Like, it has nothing to do with them. They didn't even know the guy. All these people are just going out there saying, like, okay, sure, they don't know the person personally who was murdered by the police or, you know, fucking arrested for some bullshit reason or whatever. But it still applies to them because it could have been them. It could have been their brother. It could have been their dad or whoever. Like, just because they didn't know the person directly doesn't mean they don't feel that fear and that pain because it's a threat that looms over everyone. That's the issue. That's the reason why so many people are upset by it, because it's not so much that it happened to a person. It's that a system is in place that can strike anyone at any time. Hence why so many people are upset by it. We're just prey off in their deadly game, and it'll never change. Too much profit in it, and it stays the same. LP's verse is really interesting. Spoke with a ghost. Let me sleep. It says, don't be afraid. You'll never be alone again. This house is haunted by pain transposed into revenue. What does this mean? Jesus, some of these annotations, man, like, I don't know. I know, I click on them and then I glance at them and then I click away, but I get very concerned with a very lengthy annotation, especially when this one's here. Oh, let's just fucking read it then so I don't sound terrible. House functioned here as a metonymy for the United States and draws on Abraham Lincoln's usage in his June 16th, 1858 House Divided speech. A house divided against itself cannot stand. This reference invokes not only the current crisis of police officers killing black men, women, children, but also the longer legacy of slavery, civil war, and the person of color. America was built by black labor. This unsolved. So anyway, the reason why I start ranting about annotations is, like, it's not so much that I have a problem with the annotation saying, but there's a difference between what the artist is intending to say versus what someone as a fan, myself included, might conjure up on our own and go, oh, this is what it's about. Sometimes I read these annotations and I go, does the artist know that's what they meant? You know, it's like, holy shit, we're putting a lot into this. Anyway, the house is haunted by pain transposed into revenue. The thing when your mind says run, but your heart isn't letting you. You strike them down. They're still alive inside hearts. Hearts carry them. Some get to count sheep. Some got to count kids that they're burying. But then when it gets to the hook and it's like thieves and it's all light. Thieves. Like I was thinking like it would just get heavy as shit. Thieves. You know, these thieves are just stealing everything. Thieves. But no, it went like a light turn. All right, let's keep going. I've been ranting for way too long.
Coming live at 5, we got new news breaking. You heard it here first. If you don't die waiting, hard to review the scene I just seen. I'ma try to convey what the D5's explaining. Started with folks just crying. Nothing but broken heart sobs and a shriek of the sirens. Right at the spot where the blood's still drying. My God. I saw it, the dead began rising. I don't know much about science, but I seen an army of armed men stop and get quiet. Mist hung low like a prayer from a tyrant. Sky became black, stars on the line. And so many years of this violence. Now we're surrounded by the souls of the dead and defiant. Saying, look what you've done, you designed it. When the bout breaks, hear the race scream.
Right. The universe curses the killers, man. Can't keep killing God's children, man. A pound of flesh is what you owe. You're dead to do.
Oh, I like that. I like that. I'm going to pause right before this bridge and closer here, but I like this idea of the raising dead, this army of armed men stop and get quiet. The sky became black like the stars on a lining. No more moms and dads crying, no more arms in the air. We put firearms in the air, Molotov cocktails thrown in the air. This is the fear of those who have power over the country. Everyone rising up together. That's the fear. And then the second part right here, you know, CNN's got dummy Don, what's his name? Don Lemon or something, who is a dumb fuck, talking about the smell of ganja in the air. Dummy don't know and dummy don't care. Get that punk motherfucker out of here. Because here's the thing. His job is to lie. His job is to placate the people and tell them to peacefully protest and not get too upset. And, oh, no, we need to change the system from within and vote and this and that, blah, blah, blah. But really, if the system is built to do this, you're not changing the system from within. And some would argue, myself probably included at least to a small extent, the idea of trying to vote the problem out is part of the system to prevent the system from being overhauled, because voting people out doesn't really seem to fucking change anything. Honestly, it doesn't really seem to change anything. How long have we been voting people out and voting people in to fix the problems? How long have these problems persisted? Starts to make it seem like it's also part of the system, right? I'm not saying I have a problem with democracy. I don't honestly think democracy is great. But even democracy, the idea of democracy is getting a little funny these days, right? Because, oh, we support democracy as long as you vote for the candidate we say. That's not how democracy works. Right now, right? If you tell anybody you're going to fucking vote for Trump or DeSantis, you're against democracy, you're a fascist, and you hate democracy. But that's what democracy is choosing who you want. And if you tell people, well, no, I'm just going to vote for Biden, well, you hate this country and you hate democracy. How the fuck does that work? Like, how is it that there are two major sides who feel like if you vote for the other person, it's a threat for democracy, while also saying they are standing for what they believe in to protect democracy? That's not how I do that shit. Democracy is everyone gets to pick for the candidate they like. That's it. That's simple. Very simple. It's getting weird, folks. It's getting really fucking weird. Really fucking weird. Social media is not making it any better at all. At all. And honestly, bottom line for me, my opinion, they're all shit anyway. They're all shit. Biden's shit. DeSantis is shit. Trump is shit. Kamala Harris is shit. They're all shit. And none of them care about you. What time is it? It's 9 in the morning. This is amazing. Oh, this is amazing. Ranting about fucking politicians and how they just don't care about us. And I have no reason to believe that they do, because no one, honestly can't really think of any politician off the top of my head. Maybe Bernie Sanders, but I'm starting to think Bernie Sanders is just controlled opposition. He says all this shit, and then it's when it's time for the rubber to meet the road, when it's time for him to actually act on it, do something, push back, he just folds. So if that's the case, it's just a bunch of goddamn talk. Then what's the point, you know? And AOC, oh yeah, she sends off some great tweets. Awesome. Thanks so much for that. You know, good job sending out those zinger of a tweet. Wow, you did it. You changed everything. This is the face of just no faith in the system. It's not my fault. It's all Run the Jewels. It's not my fault.
It's on you. It's on you. It's on you.
I think America must see riots do not develop out of thin air. Certain conditions continue to exist in our society, which must be condemned as vigorously as we condemn riots. In the final analysis, a riot is the language of the unheard.
Yeah. Fucking A. Yeah, absolutely. There's not anybody who is of like rational, sound mind who wants to just go destroy shit out of rage. That is cultivated. That is something that happens over time from a society that you exist within. Most people, when they're happy and they're satisfied and they feel like they're living fulfilling lives, don't want to go out and destroy shit. I mean, maybe with firecrackers, maybe with monster trucks, you know, it's a little bit of fun here and there, right? So I say all this shit, right? And it's all just anger and frustration. But what's the cure? How do you fix it? I don't know, because honestly, I don't know. But I do think step one is listening and understanding. And I feel like people right now, what I don't like in terms of what's happening with American society is this idea of if you listen and understand someone, you now agree with them. That is false. It's absolutely false. And it is a tool to divide. Listening to somebody and understanding what they're saying and where they're coming from does not mean you agree. And it's important to listen and understand someone so you can know their mindset, what they're thinking about, what their inputs are, I suppose. But it doesn't mean you agree with them. And right now, I just feel like more and more and more there's this push of you can't even listen to someone. 60 Minutes had so-and-so on? Boycott them. No. You can't listen to them. You can't listen to them. You can't listen to this, but you can't. It's evil. It's all. No, it's fucking not. The idea of saying you cannot listen to somebody, that is evil. Because listening is not the equivalent to agreeing. It's not equivalent at all. And there's some fucking weird ideas out there where all of a sudden, if you listen to something, now you've been converted. No, man. No, absolutely not. To me, it's just cult thinking across the board. If you are of the opinion that someone should never listen to so-and-so, you have a problem in your own brain because you have given somebody else's ideas way too much power. Way too much power. And I mean, are you unable to defend yourself against an idea that is not your own, that you don't necessarily agree with? Because in my opinion, if you have an idea, a principle, a moral, or whatever, it should be able to withstand scrutiny and criticism and questions. It should be strong enough to oppose a different idea. Because if it isn't, maybe it's not that strong to begin with. Maybe you do need to reevaluate where you stand. But that's another issue. A lot of people don't want to do that. Seems like a lot of people just want to be in their camp, in their base where it's safe and I'm right and you're wrong, and that's it. End of discussion. It's not good. It's really not good. There's a lot of shit flying around right now. It's not good. And it's not going to end well, in my opinion, either. Thieves gets it hard. Thieves really gets it hard. That might be my favorite one. We'll see. Track 9 is called 2100, featuring Boots. Nice. Produced by LP. Here we go. Kind of a haunting sound, which feels really appropriate coming off of Thieves.
How long before the hate that we hold lead us to another holocaust? So we so deep in it that we can't end it, stop, hold, ever call it off. It's too clear, nuclear's too near, and the holders of the Molotov say the revolution's right here, right now, and they ain't calling off.
Wake up, roll like eight up, throw a double finger with a fist. Here at the abyss, I will be your tour guide. It is wartime, check your wrist.
Ready, kid?
Over to your right, shine a light. Got a bevy ready for the fight. I just wanna live. I don't wanna ever have to load a clip. Only hunt flip. Look into my eyes. I am standing at your side for the fight. Minds over mine. Swear to God, they can barely even see the dog. They don't see the size of the fight.
Wake up, drink water, smoke
Interesting.
blunt, green oil, my Kalishnikov. Stockpile 10 for me and friends, case shit get the popping off. The evening news giving you views, telling you to pick your master for president. Been behind the curtain, seen the devil working, came back with some evidence. I'm here to tell you, don't let them tell you what's right, wrong. Make love, smoke kush, try to laugh hard and live long. That's the antidote, you defeat the devil when you hold on to hope. Cause kinfolk, life is beautiful and we ain't got to die for the mother men.
See, then this is great. I'm really glad that Killer Mike is going through this verse like this, because you listen to something like Thieves, you listen to something like Don't Get Captured, you draw the obvious parallels to life right now. It's easy to get fucking bogged down in it. But the solution is also pretty easy. You just treat each other with a little bit of goddamn respect. That's it. That's it, man. But I honestly, I want to say that it is easy, but that's my biggest fear right now, is that basic concept has become difficult for people. They don't want to treat others with respect. It's easier to say, no, you're the enemy, you're the one who's wrong, you're who's part of the problem, so I'm going to be angry at you to fix the problem. But that's not how you fix the problem, because the problem isn't another group of people who's been brainwashed. The problem is all of us, both so many different, I guess, pockets, sectors, all being tricked into this idea of that's my enemy, and that's my enemy, and that's my enemy, and that's my enemy. When no, it's all these fuckers up above us, man. God damn. I mean, they're just, what did fucking Shell walk away with in profits? 71 billion or something like that. 71 billion in profit. But you know, it's I'm not even going to say it. I'm not even going to start rattling off groups. And why? Because that's how bad it's gotten. Even if you just start randomly naming groups as the problem, just to kind of point out all these different finger pointing sessions that happen across the internet and across society, all of a sudden people take it seriously. Oh, he's anti this, he's anti that. No, I'm not. Honestly, I'm not kind of fucking anti anything. I'm anti fucking corrupt governments and corporate masters. That's what I'm not into at all. I don't know, man. Now I'm like almost like getting depressed because the shit is just, it's getting a little too real. But you know what? Only thing more is the love. So when you see me, please greet me with a heartful and a pound and a hug. That's it, man. You just gotta, and this is something I struggle with. I have to work on. It's just shed all of that noise that's in my head and just keep people on the ground level. It's just another person, just like me. Let's talk. Let's be friends. Let's just, come together. Because the people who I suppose we rely on to bring us together, they're not going to do it. They're just not going to fucking do it. They're basically building their empires off of division now. There's so much just yelling. It's insane. Let's keep going. I got to distract myself from the shit that's causing me to think about this by listening to more of it. Oh, shit, man.
Give a sermon in a church, seen an angel dancing in a club, trying to feed a baby, so I threw 1,000 in the air and blessed her with a hug. I done been down so many times, walked on like a dirty rug, and now that I made it, can't fake it, gotta give me what I'm truly worthy of.
That was fantastic. I was going to say, too, before all that shit started rolling in, I hope all of my, old man lunatic ranting, I hope, I'm comfortable saying the things that I say just because it's how I feel, and not everyone's going to agree with it, and that's okay. It's not about agreeing with everybody. Like I was saying before, it's important to take the time and listen to understand, but it doesn't mean you agree. And it's okay to disagree. There's going to be people who disagree with me. There's going to be people who probably think I'm fucking straight up crazy. And that's fine. But more so, to me, I think what's most important and why I do these things, even though I sound crazy from time to time probably, is I think it's important to know it's okay to struggle with this. It's okay to feel frustrated. It's okay to feel confused. It's okay to not fully understand the source of this problem and how it's not necessarily perfectly clear where the problem's coming from and who's causing it and how and all stuff, because it's very complex. I think it's very complex, more than I even understand. And so I hope all of you, if you're watching here, if you're at this point of the video, and you're listening to me just kind of go off and be, my standard crazy self. I do that because I think it's important to express this just general frustration, confusion, etc. And even if I don't have my facts straight, which I guarantee I don't have my facts straight, because it's kind of impossible. That's kind of part of the point, right? Make it difficult to understand how all of this shit is happening, so that we never really catch on and then we can't try and find a solution for it. It's okay to struggle. It's okay. And that's why I really like this song. Just save my swollen heart. Bring me home from the dark. Take me up. Take me up. Take me up. LP, I don't know how much it really means to be right. What a joy it'd be to see some peace in this life. And I feel that for everyone. I have a good life. I'm not going to sit here and act like, I've got it. No, I've got a good life. But I want everybody to have peace in their life. I want everybody to be able to do the things that I do. I hate the fact that there's so much fucking poverty and crime and addiction and just terrible, terrible shit. Everybody deserves peace in their life. All right, let's keep going. God damn it, Gabe. This is all your fault. This is all your fault, Gabe. You know who you are. Gabe. Jack Ted's called Panther Like a Panther. Did I read that right? Panther Like a Panther. Yeah. Okay. Okay. It's featuring Trina. I don't know why that's so confusing for me. I feel like I'm just reading it wrong. Panther Like a Panther. Yeah. All right. Track 10. Here we go.
I flood the speakers with heat seekers and keep sneakers cleaner than nunnery pussy. Evening and Easter, I leave my prints on a keister. I suck the clear to release it. If it will please her, I'll meal to her. Best believe, make a meal of her. Thank you.
What?
Told the preacher I love her. He said that God was a lover. I said if he really loves her, then he would love that we're lovers. I walk around in a bubble of fucking scoundrel in trouble. And every time make a rumble, the venue ground in a rubble. Give me a 10 and a double.
Nice hat.
Aces. I got a fragrance of wearing. Call I was shit on new basics. The money want me to have it. I have a hunger for that. I'm punching numbers and crackle.
That synth that came in too was great.
You have to grant me that when you a rapper, a mattress. Know that this is not where you at. I'm not on your map. I'm a mystery to you captains in industry. If the matic is missing me, automatic is victory. I'm the shit.
Looking at the money like it's mine to get. I'm the shit, bitch.
Working folks undeserved. I put my hand up a skirted and then we pray for a purpose. I baptized her in Jesus' name. Left her shaking and squirting. Ooh, I shot the Sunday school and did that shit.
Oh my God.
See, I'm a pervert with purpose to make you question your purpose. Run the jewels, arrive in arenas. Bunch of bloodthirsty hyenas to get revenge on the kingdoms that killed the dreams of the dreamers. Drink alcohol for the demons, sibling with all of the schemers. You see, he grew with the people, move with the mind of a genius. You see, he working the angle, so he ain't never an angel. They want to get to the hangar where get them fuckers a finger.
I'm the shit. Looking at the
I
money
love the
like
beat
it's
going
mine
through
to
here.
get. I'm the shit, bitch.
I don't really have anything to say about the lyrics other than they're very entertaining. Very entertaining. Some great lines in here. This fucking we're the grimy and gritty, made it to the Grammy committees, got told that we spit it too vicious and we would never see victory. So they're never winning a Grammy. Shit. And he has a nice little relationship there with the preacher's wife. Okay. Yeah, this is just, again, good old classic. Good beats, good rapping, good flow. And what's nice, too, is this is a good, entertaining track after a run where, you know, I got all stirred up in my mind about certain shit. So now we can kind of flush that out a bit, kind of clear that out, relax, get a little bit more lighthearted.
I'm a pervert, a poet. I ain't a saint and I know it. Been a crook and cooked the book, but never shorted no whore. Promoters call me the Moet. I'm the man and I know it. I'm the shit, bitch. Tell me, how could I not show it?
I'm the shit.
I love this little tapping beat right through here. It's really fucking cool.
Like it's mine to get. I'm the shit, bitch. Everybody down, throw the pistol and fist. I'm the shit.
I love how every song it just punches through and then it's done. Like there's just no filler at all. Everything's exactly the length that it needs to be. Track 11 is called Everybody Stay Calm, produced by LP. Dropping in.
Take it easy. Excusez-moi, bitches. I'm lit from the last of the gas, might twist it. No sleep for the vicious. Key up a cop car just to see mischief. I'm a nut punch wizard. Speed bag and ball bag, leave none in it. We got one ambition. We up and puff till the month go missing.
Big black fella with a 4/5 in the backpack fella. I rumble, don't stumble, young fella. Got a stinger in the 69 Bumblebee yellow. I mean, stoner, big titty bank teller. Had my wife here with her, so I hate her, can't tell her. President sweet, got the fuck boy jealous. I'm the Nelson Mandela of Atlanta dope seller.
Hey.
Got a stinger and a 69 Bumblebee yellow. I mean stunner. Big titty bank teller had my wife here with her, so a hater can't tell her. What? I don't get it. There's been so many lines where I can tell something's being said and I just, man, pretty much this whole album, every song has had multiple lines. I'm like, oh shit, I don't get that at all. There's no annotation to click on, which is fine because I wouldn't read it anyway, right? Like, why do I even pretend like I'm going to be interested in the annotation? I mean, stunner, big titty bank teller, had my wife here with her, so a hater can't tell her. Got a fuckboy jealous. I'm the man, Nelson Mandela of Atlanta. Huh? I don't know. All right, let's keep going. Cool sound again, man.
Fucked up and paid us, made us dangerous. Too old to change, I'ma stay with paper. Poor folk love us, the rich hate our faces. The talk too loud won't remain in our places. Smoke by the acre, a brain escape.
I like how his voice moved around on the won't remain in our places.
Anymore, God save it. The laughing is done now, time to cry later.
Tell them haters and bitches, we bang big shit, but yeah, you should mind your business. You can't pause or shun this. Physical fitness, bitch, we run this. Paraplegics, you don't run shit. Fuck you even. Get the gumption. Thank you styling. Thank you stunting. I'll smack the fuck out your ass for frontin'. The opposite of humble and my swag on kung fu. No admission for the cool, just kicking it come through. Hurry up, we got liquor to run through. Bells to inhale, lies to not tell. She told me let her go and then I can excel. I left her with a pound of draw on the next tail. Take it easy.
Jesus. So far, fucking, this whole album is cool. Like, it just exists in its lane really well. And so this is going to be an easy one to just throw on and listen to. Again, I didn't really tear into the lyrics on this track particularly. It's more just great rhyming scheme, structure. A burping a little bit there. Just a little bit of burping there. Just a little bit of burping. Tell them haters and bitches we bang big shit. But yeah, you should mind your business. You can't pause or shun this. Physical fitness, bitch, we run this. Paraplegics, you don't run shit. Fuck you even. Get the gumption. Think you're styling, think you're something. I'll smack the fuck out of your ass for front. Oh, man. Good shit. It's on track 12. It's called Oh Mama. Produced by LP. Drop it in. Track 12. Is that a bass line? Like, I suppose so, huh? Oh, maybe guitar?
Gun in the holster be right in the upholstery, somewhere right close to me, just in case the rollers be rolling on the G. My woman keep it in the hosiery. I'm known in my town and on strips where high rollers be. I'm up early where the money folders sipping Folgers be. A country boy chilling.
Funky fucking sound right here. Cool.
Fuck with the truth, we speak openly.
Never a rat like Donnie Brasco though, cause ain't no hoe in me.
Notice me, senpai, they cry when I choke to speak. Set this crooked city on fire to light the smokery. Old timers speak of us hushed and crushed in rosaries. I lust after greatness, I'm aiming right at his ovary. She said I waited up for you all night. I said I'm trying, mama. My mama said
Interesting, man. Cool sound.
She said I'm crying on you.
This hook is kind of surprising to me. Mama said I'm not living right. I'm crying on you. Waited up all night for you. I'm trying, mama. And I guess it's just surprising because these two exert so much confidence in what they're doing. They're very comfortable with who they are. There's no fucking apologies, clearly, right? And from what I can gather, they're doing pretty well. But then just the idea of, you know, their parents, their moms, and maybe I'm just taking this too literally, I don't know, but expressing disappointment over what's going on in their lives. I don't know. It's just kind of a curveball for me, this little hook. I like it. I like how it sounds, but I suppose really what's catching me is it feels like the first like element of real doubt in here, but with these two, because everything they do is so confident, you know, no questions. But here we go. Now here's someone whose opinion they probably respect, you know, their mothers. And, you know, I'm crying on you. I waited up for you all night. You're not living right. I'm trying. Let's keep going. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. Let's keep that idea. I'm going to assume I'm reading too much into it, and we'll see where the next couple verses go. This almost sounds like a bass line from Red Hot Chili Peppers, you know? Fucking Flea on the bass, just really getting funky with it.
I smoke the holy herb, get high as hell and meditate. Swear to God, shit so good, fat boy levitate. God gifted man, how the fuck they try to legislate? Mom, she recover and tell me I over medicate. I tell her, holy fuck, Jesus Christ, give me a fucking break. She said, don't curse your mama, goddamn it, and do a dinner plate. Damn.
I heard it in Brooklyn where all the sinners stay. You running out of ways to go fuck yourself, I will innovate. The skin of your shitty grin will disintegrate. Every sickening sentence will cheapen them tricks you venerate. Set the phase at the face plate, incinerate. Run the jewels, run with the board, baby, assimilate. Mama,
Nice sound right here. I like this sound.
She said I'm crying on you.
Crying on you.
This part is so cool.
Crying on you.
I said I'm trying, mama.
Oh, that's a great track. 12 for 12. I mean, basically, I'm almost to the point where I'm going to stop putting hearts because I've really enjoyed each song. I don't know how many of these I would put into like a playlist, but every song belongs in this album. Like, it's kind of interesting how sometimes that'll happen. You'll see some albums, you know, they've got these big, big hits. A couple tracks are just huge hits, or a couple tracks that really stand out from the rest of them, right? And then you have some of these albums, man, where there's good songs. It's good songs, consistent, but there isn't like that one clear, like, oh, this is by far the best off the album or whatever. I'm sure people have their opinions on, you know, their favorites and stuff, but this album is a great experience in just every song being consistent and strong and fitting for, I guess, the flow of the album itself, which is hard to do when there isn't a story. You know, it's easier to make each song have a place in an album when they're kind of serving a function within a story for an album. But these are all, you know, standalone. This has fucking been a great ride. Track 13 is called Thursday in the Danger Room, featuring Kamasi Washington. Let's drop in track 13. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Right for right, wrong for wrongs is clearly not life design. Figure out quickly that nothing gets answered when you ask the universe why. Life is a journey, to live is the worry, to love is to lose your damn mind. But live is the blessing, so I'm not stressing, cause some of my friends, they survive. That's the release, but a much bigger piece is living on limited time. Like how do you look in the eyes of a friend and not cry when you know that they're dying? And how do you feel about yourself when you notice sometimes you would wish they were gone? Not because you didn't love them, but just because you felt too weak to be strong.
Yeah.
You couldn't bear to see
Wow.
someone who prided themselves on the strength to feel weak. The cruelty of randomness, holding for ransom their life and their fate and their dreams. You see that they're fighting and know that they're losing, but still you make jokes and you laugh. Cause you know despite all the sadness that you better get the good times while they last. But the truth is that you never left. You never left. Cause I'll never let myself forget. Never forget.
I want to draw a parallel, share a story. This is not the same thing. It's not the same thing as somebody dying. I mean, this is an incredible verse. This is a great verse by LP here. I really like this. And it reminded me of going on deployment in the military. And it was like 2 days. I think, I don't know, we left early in the work week, right? Like Monday or Tuesday or something like that. And it was the weekend and I was off and I was home with my wife and it was beautiful. We're in San Diego and we both know I'm leaving for fucking 6 months in 2 days. And so you have this idea in your head of, you know, well, we gotta get those good times in, you know, we gotta spend time together, make quality, you gotta make it count, right? Because it's gonna be over soon and you're gonna be gone soon and all this other shit. And it's just the weirdest fucking feeling, man. Weirdest feeling. And I haven't been there with a friend who has died, so I'm not trying to say it's the same thing, but I feel like there's a parallel there. And it's hard, you know, because you have this idea in your head of, well, shit, our time's almost up. Got to do something with it. Got to do something with it. But in a sense, what has happened is the time's already gone. It's over. And now you're just left with the fact that it is over. You're at the end. And it's a weird feeling. Very strange feeling. That was a hard weekend. I still remember my wife dropped me off. That was fucking really hard. That was not easy. But you know what? Either is watching a friend die, you know? Good shit. Let's hear what Mike has to say.
And he got no drama, but his baby mama is still on my line and she crying. I search for the words to give her some comfort for her soul and spirit and mind. I tell her that it'll be fine, but deep down I know that I'm lying. The family came to rings in his chain. The bank took the house and the ride. The only thing left was his child, and she had a smile in his eyes. So much to the soul when the grandmama kept her, she looked at her sometime and cried. The very next day she cried, and day after day she cried. Then called baby mama and told her I'm sorry, can't keep her no more, I have tried. No killer was captured, but I know he listening, so I'd like to tell you a song. The streets was a jungle, I pray that you made it, I hope that you righted your wrongs. I hope that you learn, I hope that you change, so your mama won't know this pain. So my homie's name will mean something more than a nigga got killed for a change.
Wow. I didn't really understand what was going on here, but so let's go through this because I think this guy got murdered, right? He's got no drama, but his baby mama is still on my line and she's crying. I search for the words to give her some comfort for her soul and spirit and mind and tell her it'll be fine, but deep down I know that I'm lying. The family came, took rings and chains. The bank took the house and the rides. The only thing left was his child. Okay, so the family came, took his possessions. The bank repossessed the house, the vehicles. The baby mama just has the baby. And I get that part, but this is where I got a little confused. So much to the soul when the grandma kept her, she looked at her sometimes and cried. The next day she cried, and day after day she cried. Then called baby mama and told her, I'm sorry, I can't keep her no more. I have tried. Oh, so the mom of the person who got killed took the baby, I suppose, to take care of her. She looked at her sometime and cried. The next day she cried, and day after day she cried. Then called baby mama and told her, I'm sorry, can't keep her no more. I have tried. Probably because too much resemblance to the son that has died. Probably. No killer was captured, but I know he's listening. So I'd like to tell you in this song, the streets was a jungle. I pray that you made it. I hope that you righted your wrongs. Hope that you learn. I hope that you've changed so your mama won't know this pain. So my homie's name will mean something more than a person that got killed for a chain. Huh. Fucking wild, man. Good song. Let me actually back it up because I kind of clipped LP there for a second. I don't know why I never consistently back it up. I guess I just don't want to. I don't like to. Even though sometimes I watch other videos where people are reacting and I like it when they back it up. But then sometimes I like, oh, they backed it up too far. I don't know. There's no rhyme or reason to a lot of the things that I do. Sometimes it makes it seem like I might have the appearance of someone who knows what's going on or like making educated decisions. Not really.
I won't know this pain, so my homie's name will mean something more than a nigga got killed for a change.
Great song, man. God.
But the truth is that I see you now. I see you now.
I don't remember where this came from. It just popped in my head, but the thing of how we all die twice. There's the day that we die, and then there's the day that those who have our memories, the memories of us, die, and so therefore all of our memories of us are dead. I don't know. I just thought of that. It just popped in there. Like the Stay Puffed Marshmallow Man. Just popped in there. Great song. This has been a great ride. Track 14, final one. A report to the shareholders / kill your masters. Featuring Zach De La Rocha. Or Rocha? I always say Rocha. I don't think that's how to pronounce it. 6 minutes. This should be interesting. I'm not going to do what everyone thinks I'm going to do and flip out. I am. I will. Track 14. Here we go. Great beat. I mean, LP just fucking kills it, man. Great producer.
Beware of horses. I mean, a horse is a horse, of course, but who rides is important. Sitting high with the uniform, barking orders, the man of order. And I'm scared that I talk too much about what I think's going on. I got away with this, they might drag me away for this. Put me in a cage for this, I might pay for this. Or just say what I want like I'm made for this. But I'm afraid some days I might be wrong. Maybe that's why me and Mike get along. Hey, not from the same part of town, but we both hear the same sound coming. Woo! And it sounds like war. Woo! And it breaks our hearts.
Yeah.
I will not be confused with docile, I'm free, motherfuckers.
Nice. I like that. I'm free, motherfuckers. I'm hostile. I like that.
Like Mike said, you a bitch. To every writer wrote and misquoted it, Mike said, you a bitch, you a bitch, you a bitch. And a nigga from the black writer started that sewer shit. I maneuver through manure like a slumdog millionaire. LP told me, fuck them devils, Mike, we gon' be millionaires. I respond with a heavy ear. Big bro says, fuck that, toughen up, stay ready, right, raw rap shit, rugged rough. The devil don't sleep us either.
I'm gonna pause here before it looks like part 2. You know, kill your masters. It's gonna transition. I don't understand this. Oh, Mike said uterus. I gotta read this part. In February 2016, Mike came under fire for criticizing Secretary Hillary Clinton. Oh, surprise, surprise. He came under fire for criticizing Hillary Clinton? Oh, my God. That never happens, right? It was her turn, remember? Not supposed to criticize her. One of the contenders for the Democratic presidential nomination. Clinton was in the running to become the first female president. Yeah, was being challenged by Bernie Sanders. Yeah, who Mike supported. Oh, okay. In a conversation with Mike, noted civil rights campaigner Jane Elliott said about Clinton that a uterus does not qualify you to be president. You have to have policies that reflect social justice. When Mike repeated this remark, it was stripped of context and came across as reducing Clinton to her sex. Sure, right. Sure. Okay. Wow. Of course. Wait, hold on. You're telling me somebody took something out of context on purpose? No. No way. That's crazy. That would never happen in this country. Choose the lesser of the evil people and the devil's still going to win. I can't tell you how many times I've heard, well, I vote, because I tend to hold the position of I'm not going to vote because neither of these candidates deserve my vote. They're both garbage. Well, you need to choose the lesser of two evils. The lesser of two evils is a race to the bottom. It's just a lowering of the standard constantly. Constantly. The standard is lowered and lowered and lowered until you get pure fucking garbage like we have right now. Anyway, there you go. All right, let's keep rolling. This is great. Great track. I like the sound. And I love what's being said too. And sometimes I get torn on how much I need to pause and pick apart and explain and talk about, because like a lot of this stuff to me is very straightforward. A lot of it I just enjoy tremendously. I agree with. So that's why I haven't really spoken too much about a lot of these lyrics. But yeah, I'm clicking with them big time for sure. Oh, cool. Very cool. This kind of reminds me of Prodigy a little bit.
Mere mortals, the gods coming, so miss me with the whoopie-whoop. You take the devil for God, look how he doing you. I'm Jack Johnson, I beat a slave catcher, snaggletooth. I'm Tiger Flowers with a higher power, hallelujah. Life gets so bad, it feel like God mad at you. But that's a feeling, baby, ever lose. I refuse, I disabuse these foolish fools of their foolish view. I heard the revolution coming, you should spread the news. Garvey mind, Tyson punch, this is bad news.
So this verse by LP, this life will stress you like Orson Welles on the radio, war after war of the world will make all your sameness go. So Orson Welles put on a radio show back, I don't remember when, but it was the War of the Worlds broadcast, but they presented it like a news broadcast and people thought it was real. They thought we were actually being invaded by alien spacecraft and they were here and all this shit. It's kind of an interesting thing, but that's real. I'm Jack Johnson. I beat a slave catcher Snaggletooth. Who the fuck is Jack Johnson? Was the first black heavyweight champion boxer. His fame was worldwide, with Ken Burns describing him as, for more than 13 years, Jack Johnson was the most famous, notorious African American on earth. Okay. Tiger Flowers. Who is that? Theodore Tiger Flowers was the first black middleweight boxing champion, holding the title for 11 months in 1926. He was also the first Southpaw world champion. Interesting. His nickname was the Fighting Deacon, hence the higher power hallelujah reference. That's cool. Garvey Mine, Tyson Punch. This is banned. Marcus Garvey was radical pro-black activist. Huh. Okay. So feel me, follow me. Devil Done got on top of me. Bad times got a monopoly. Give up. I did the opposite. Pitch Perfect did it properly. Owner killed by his property. So the slave is going to kill the master, right? Instead of giving up and letting the bad times overtake you. And these invaders from Earth are twerking on graves, can't wait to load up the silos, make your babies glow. So that's nuclear weapons. It's so abusive, you'll beg somebody to roofie you. They'll snatch your hope up and use it like a hula hoop. And it's a loop. They talk to you just like the rulers do. These fucking fools have forgotten just who been fooling who. Well said. Well said, LP. Well said. I heard Zach in there.
Children of men on the throne, roll for no atonement. Got me feeling like I'm Clive Owen, rolling through a future frozen. The flows of burning wind blowing till you're coasting. Now in cages, cause we roll the waves of your explosions. Done appealing to our killers, man, to stop the bleeding. These songs are dirty bomb for they dirty dealers. Boots on the roof, or Charlie Mingus jumping through the ceiling. Master peeing on these lost European thieving. Shippy Grimmin, Layla, born a reaper, born in the beast, fixing a feast and tearing its features.
Great sound here. Great way to close out, too. Closing out strong. Let's go over Zach's verse here, because I feel like a lot of it went way over my head. Killer children of men on the throne, roving with no atonement. Got me feeling like I'm Clive Owen, rowing through a future frozen. Children of Man, which takes place in dystopian society. I never saw that movie. The ending of the film shows the main character, played by Clive Owen, the first woman to become pregnant in the 18 years on a boat rowing away from a bombing into the fog. Okay. Zach isn't the only person to notice the similarities between society's current state and the film. Okay. Done appealing to our killers, man, to stop the bleeding. The song's a dirty bomb for their dirty feelings. Boots on the roof. I'm Charlie Mingus dumping through the ceiling. Who's Charlie Mingus? This line references the footage of jazz musician Charles Mingus shooting at the roof, after which he sings, "My country 'tis of thee, sweet land of slavery." When De La hears the boots of his oppressor on the roof coming, he shooting through the ceiling. Okay. Master Pete on those lost Europeans thieving. That's a long ass fucking one right there. Shippy Grim, De La born a reaper. The world surges, the nation's nervous, the crowd's awaken, they can't disperse us. We ain't at your service. We won't stay sedated, won't state our numbers for the names, and remaining faceless. Well, shit, man. That was great. No skips. Absolutely no skips. No skips. Top to bottom. Great listen. Great run. Fuck, I don't even know what to say on it, honestly. What I would like to do, why I'm hesitating, is I would like to give like this articulate closer description for the album. But the whole thing is just very straightforward, and I like it. You know, I said multiple times there were lines in there where there's probably double meanings and references I wasn't getting. I feel like there's a lot of shit going over my head. But what's cool is, you know, depending on your level of understanding to all those references, the stuff that, you know, you can connect with, it's straightforward in the sense. And so, like I've said a couple times during this reaction, great beats, great rhymes, great flow, great hip hop. I mean, that's it in a nutshell. That's Run the Jewels 3 right there. And honestly, that's Run the Jewels, period. They don't really fuck around. It's great. It's just straight to the point, you know? And I like that. This kind of album is important for someone like me because I love getting into the artsy fartsy side of music where there's, like, you know, these sounds that play a certain role and there's a story and all this other shit. I love that kind of stuff, right? And I love it when artists, you know, they explore their feelings a bit and their emotions, and LP and Killer Mike both do that on this album in their own way. You know, it's not like super emotional. It's not like Little Sims or Frank Ocean or something like that, but they talk about things that matter to them. They reveal their fears. They reveal their concerns and their worries and their stresses, and they talk about it, and they just approach it in a different way, you know? They say, fuck that. We're just going to keep going. And I like it. I like it. They acknowledge it. They take it for what it is. It's a real thing. It's something they deal with, and they just keep going because that's what you got to do. That's what you got to keep going. If you stop, what's the point? Where are you going to go? Where are you going to go if you stop? If you quit? If you give up? Good shit. Goddamn. 2 hours. Wow. I didn't think it'd be a 2-hour video. I remember ranting for a while in the beginning or in the middle there. There was some rants in the middle bits. But yeah, overall, that was a great album. I don't even know what to say is my favorite because they're all really good. They're all really good. I mean, even Down, the opener, is just this great opener. Report to the Shareholders, Kill Your Masters is a great closer. And everything in between, man. It's just, yeah, great. It's great. It's like having a great burger, you know? It's got all the flavors in there that you want. It's cooked just right. The bread is fresh. Just fantastic. Just every time you bite into it, oh yeah, that's a good burger. Good burger. That was cool. Very cool. All right, y'all. Take care. We'll see you again soon.